In this video, there will be the simplest and most detailed video tutorial for beginners on how to download, set up and use the non-custodial Trust Wallet from your mobile phone. Let's go! First, go to Google Play or App Store depending on your device and download the Trust Wallet, or go to the link in the description to their official website. As soon as you open the Trust Wallet app, you are offered either create new wallet or already have a wallet. Since we are creating a wallet from scratch, click Create New Wallet. Now the app asks you to create a password that you will use to log into this app. This will only be an access code specifically for your mobile phone. It will not be used to access this wallet on other devices, for example, another phone or your computer. After the password, immediately enable additional protection using fingerprint or Face ID. We get a notification that our wallet is ready. We are immediately offered to fund your wallet through Binance. I suggest skipping this part, click Skip. Now we need to save our seed phrase, which will be used as a direct access key to our wallet. Note that you must save this phrase, preferably in written form somewhere on a piece of paper, and hide it so that only you have access to it. Because remember, by using these access keys, any attacker can get into your wallet, not just you. Go to the top, click Main Wallet, backup manually, enter our password, check the boxes Trust Wallet doesn't not have access to this key, and you don't save this to any digital format, write it on paper and store securely. Now here you will see 12 seed phrases. Write them down in the written form. After you have written them down, click Continue. Now Trust Wallet asks you to check how well you wrote down or remember your password. Select the words according to the numbers it asks for verification. Click Confirm. After that, click Save. That's it. We saved the access keys to our wallet. It's very important, be sure to do this first. Now let's take a tour of your wallet. As you can see, you immediately have the Fund Your Wallet button. When you click it, you will be offered to top up your wallet using Apple Pay, Binance, P2P, and so on. Keep in mind that if you top up through Apple Pay or Binance, then you will link your wallet directly to you, meaning it will lose anonymity. If you do not want this, I recommend using the classic top-up method with an external wallet. Let's go back. As you can see, we currently do not have any cryptocurrency, nothing is indexed. Let's add some cryptocurrency to index it on the main page of our wallet. At the bottom, click Manage Crypto. For example, let's immediately add Bitcoin. As you can see, we have Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network. Let's also, for example, add Ethereum. Here it is, Ethereum on the Ethereum network. And also let's, for example, add the stablecoin USDT on the most popular Tron network. And let's probably add the stablecoin USDC, the most popular networks, for example, Ethereum. Here it is. Let's return to the main page. Refresh the page. As you can see, now cryptocurrency with a zero balance has appeared on the main page of the Trust Wallet. Now, in order to send, exchange, and interact with cryptocurrency, you need to understand that for some cryptocurrencies, you also need additional tokens for their use to pay fees. For example, how does it work? Here I have stablecoin USDC. I open it and you see that at the top, it's the stablecoin USDC on the Ethereum network. So in order for me to send it or exchange it for any other token, I need to have Ethereum in my wallet to perform this exchange. This Ethereum will be used to pay the fee. If you click, for example, at the bottom on the swap button and enter that you want to exchange 50 USDC for Ethereum, you will see at the bottom how much the fee will be, specifically the commission used. Let's go back. The same applies, for example, to USDT on the Tron network. If you expand it at the top, you will see that this is the stablecoin USDT, but the network is Tron. And in order to withdraw or exchange USDT, you need to have the TRX Tron coin in the wallet to pay the fee. Now, in which cases do you not need a fee? If you need to interact with native tokens of each network, for example, Ethereum, accordingly, your exchange already occurs on the Ethereum network. For this, you don't need an additional fee. The same, for example, with Bitcoin. If the exchange occurs on the Bitcoin network, you do not need additional tokens because you can pay with Bitcoin itself. The same applies to Solana, XRP, and so on. So what will be the size of the fee that you will have to pay? It all depends on the specific moment. For example, if the network is currently congested, then the fee will be higher than usual. For example, if we open Ethereum again, you will see at the top that the network slightly congested, so there may be delays in transactions and the fee may be increased. Let's go back. So how can we top up the wallet, for example, using a different method and not through Apple Pay or Binance? You can choose the token you added that you want to top up, for example, the stablecoin USDC. Click on it, click the receive button at the bottom, and you will see a QR code as well as your wallet address, to which you can transfer the stablecoin USDC. Attention, only on the ERC20 Ethereum network. This means you can buy it on a regular centralized exchange like Bybit. By the way, if you register using my link in the description, you will receive up to 30,000 USDT in bonuses for completing tasks, as well as a discount on trading fees. Also, in the description there is a playlist that will walk you through how to use this exchange from absolute zero, how to register, verify your account, make deposit, and how to transfer funds, so you can make a purchase on a regular exchange of that same USDC and transfer it on the ERC20 Ethereum network directly to the Trust wallet using this address. This is your address, it will never change, it will always be linked to your wallet and you can use it to top up. In the same way, if we go back, for example, select Bitcoin, click receive at the bottom. This wallet you will see on the screen with the QR code is your permanent Bitcoin wallet, to which you will always have access using the 12 phrases we saved earlier. It's important to understand that these 12 phrases can be used in absolutely any wallet, not necessary in Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet is an interface for interacting with the blockchain. This interface itself may change. You can also later go and activate these 12 words in the MetaMask wallet or, for example, Phantom wallet. That is, these 12 phrases can be used in absolutely any non-custodial wallet, returning back. In the same way, if you need to send funds, for example, to return money back to the exchange, or if you want to send funds to a friend, you simply click send and enter the wallet address and the amount below that you want to transfer. Be sure to note that if you are transferring non-native tokens in the network, but others, you need to pay a fee. Returning back. What other important functions of this wallet do you need to know? At the top you see the earn section. If you go into it, you see interesting offers where you can, so to speak, freeze your cryptocurrency and earn interest. This is a classic interest rate, just like in a bank. For example, we see that here, if you have large amount of USDT in the Ethereum network in your wallet, you can stake it, that is, freeze it, and receive up to 3.6% APY. The same applies to USDC in the Ethereum network wallet. You can freeze and receive 4.5 annual yield. You can expand and view all interest rates for all stablecoins. Most often stablecoins have lower interest rates than coins because coins are volatile and their freezing is therefore rewarded more. So the scheme here is simple. You need to select the coin, enter the amount you want to freeze at the moment, first transfer it to your wallet, and it will be frozen and you will receive interest daily for freezing. Returning back. Also at the bottom there is native staking. This is staking of native tokens of each network. So for example, we see that you can freeze the Atom coin in the Cosmos network. You will receive as much as 15.9% APR. And there are many interesting coins here. and you can really earn a lot on these. If you have a large number of coins that you simply bought, they are stored in your wallet, you strongly believe in the market, and you're ready to invest long term, so instead of just letting these coins sit, you can also earn additional income by freezing them in the staking sections. Let's go back. Swap. If you click here, you simply choose the coin you want to give and the coin you want to receive. Always keep in mind that you pay a fee for this, meaning this is a direct exchange inside Trust Wallet from one coin to another. If we scroll a little lower here, we see that you can look at the top tokenized stocks, how they changed and grew, and here you can immediately purchase and buy them. Likewise, the top meme coins, AI coins, and so on. Below are simply popular tokens, popular futures pairs that you can trade directly inside the Trust Wallet if you have funds. This is classic decentralized futures trading. And a very recent Trust Wallet added the predictions section, a so-called polymarket clone. So you can expand it and place bets here using the tokens you already have in the wallet, which you previously deposited. A classic betting system like on the polymarket website. Since we already discussed that the Trust Wallet is an interface for interacting with the blockchain, it also an interface connecting your wallet to the blockchain with the Web3 system. So for example, you can click Discovery at the bottom right, and here you can interact with decentralized applications. For example, I want to buy an NFT on the OpenSea website. At the top, where it says search or enter the app URL, I type opensea.io. I click confirm and go to the OpenSea website, where I can connect my wallet and purchase an NFT. So, in the top right, I click connect, choose Trust Wallet, for example, the Ethereum network. Now, attention, I need to sign the transaction inside my wallet, meaning confirm my login. Only visit verified websites and never sign any transactions on unverified sources or websites. Always check the domain to make sure it's not phishing or scam, because if you sign an incorrect transaction, you can permanently lose access to your funds. Click connect. Agree to the terms of service and privacy policy on OpenSea. Once again, signature request. Enter the password in Trust Wallet. Congratulations, we are officially registered on OpenSea in Web3 using Trust Wallet as the interface for interacting with the dApp. Now you can scroll, choose any NFT you find here, open it, and if you now click buy, you will be able to make the purchase. This is how it looks. Next, everything is just as simple. You choose the OpenSea wallet, sign the transaction, and the NFT is linked to your non-custodial wallet. Likewise, for example, I want to trade on the decentralized exchange AstraDex. So I start typing Aster. The Trust Wallet below already suggests opening this exchange. I go to it. In the same way, here I click Launch App. At the top right, I click Connect, use Trust Wallet, Continue, Send Request, sign the transaction as previously discussed with OpenSea, confirm with the password. That's it. We officially logged into AstraDex using our Trust Wallet. If we have funds in Trust Wallet that we previously deposited from Bybit or Binance, we can trade here. And if you want to learn how other wallets work, such as MetaMask, Phantom, and other decentralized platforms like AstraDex, Hyperliquid, and so on, there are links to all of these in the description below this video.